time for the MMTE of Michael. Straight out of the theater to your streaming device. Thanks for being here live from Los Angeles. Let's do it. Let's trash some critics tonight. That's what we're going to do. We are going to get medieval on these clueless critics who couldn't recognize a film that works in spades, had people dancing in the aisles tonight. It's Michael. Here's my out of theater reaction, and you can see it here. Let me get rid of that and add this up. Look, man, I'm telling you, I can't recall the last time I saw a film where you had people that were literally dancing in the aisles. I mean, the energy in IMAX tonight at AMC Burbank was something I have not experienced any time in the recent past. I mean, it's been a really long time, if ever. That's how big this film hits in the moments that work, and there are a lot that do work. I mean, this is just one of these nights tonight, guys, where I am going to be completely unable to understand the hatred for this film, because the clueless critics are 100% wrong on Michael, a film audiences are going to freak over, as evidenced by my crowd tonight at the IMAX at AMC Burbank, the number one AMC in the world. Zero exaggeration, they were dancing in the aisles, jamming all the way through the end credits. A pure crowd pleaser of a towering order tonight on MMT. You gotta see this with a crowd. You must do it, okay? Yes, I've got it all going tonight, Bruce, right? We've got the full-on look, the aesthetic. This is what we do on MMT. By the way, come in and vote right now. Are you seeing Michael in theaters, okay? You have 1 for yes and 2 for no. Come in and tell me now. I'll check back in on that. If you're on YouTube, just type a 1 or a 2. But I'm telling you, after I get done praising this film, you're going to run out and get tickets like tomorrow. It's that good. It's that much of a feel-good home run that you just don't get often when you go to the movies. So get ready, guys. Let's watch just a short bit of the film to get me psyched again. So much energy, man. I am super duper flying this evening, as you can tell. And here we go. This is 30 seconds of tonight's MMTE, a film that I think you need to run out and buy tickets for like now. It's Michael. Welcome to MMT on this Wednesday night.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't want to see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and their words are really clear, so beat it.
It's cooking, baby.
Sounded good.
Just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't want to see no blood, don't be a macho man. You want to be tough, better do what you can. So beat it, beat it. You want to be bad, just beat it.
Yeah, what a perfect 30 seconds. I mean, you just catch the energy. It's boundless in this film, man. When these performances hit, when you talk about any number of the songs in this, when you go to a thriller, gonna be starting something, you go to Human Nature, you go to Bad, you go to Beat It. I mean, guys, this is when it hits, you will feel the energy, you'll feel the electricity. And in IMAX and with the sound cranked, I mean, the bass was like boom, the boom, the boom. The sound mixing on this is really strong, and that's what you want, right? You come to watch a Michael Jackson film, not for all the stuff that the critics are hammering this for missing, okay? All the namby-pamby, unfun critics. And let's talk about that just for a second, because I want to talk about the movie. I'm just going to hammer some critics for a second. Do you understand the problem with film criticism these days? The majority of critics in the space, especially the film Twitter chin strokers, they are no fun. They are miserable people. So when you introduce them to a Michael Jackson film that's full of life, this film is so full of light, okay? Right? The good stuff of Michael Jackson, okay? Yes, maybe there was some dark stuff. I'm not here to litigate that tonight. I'm here to tell you that when I want to watch a Michael Jackson film, I want it to feel like this, and that's exactly what it delivers. And you don't get that, man. You just don't feel like that life, like pouring into you as you're watching a film, and I see people dancing around the theater. Not annoyingly, like, my God, this is contagious, okay? And that's what you want out of a film. And this is a film that will cancel so many critics. I'm telling you, man, people are done after this film. And trust me, audiences are going to adore this film. They are going to run out and tell everyone to go see it. And you just watch. It's going to be the biggest divide that maybe we've ever seen between the completely clueless critics and the actual audience. Jafar Jackson, man, I cannot say enough about this kid. He is like watching Michael Jackson reincarnated and put on the big screen. There are many times in this film when I was saying to myself, is this a documentary? And that's not exaggeration. Menzel was sitting next to me. I said, did it not feel like this dude was Michael Jackson? Not playing, he is Michael Jackson. That is as high a praise as maybe we've ever given this kid. If he's not in the mix for Best Actor, and fuck the critics, if this dude is not in the mix for Best Actor, again, we've done it wrong. And that's the thing. I'm sure we will, because the Academy is now completely and utterly worthless at this point. But this kid is just, I mean, he's a relative, apparently, down the line of the Jackson family, and he is just as good as you would ever hope for in the role. The young Michael Jackson, the actor, is really great there too. So you've got all that covered. I mean, that's obviously very important when you're making a movie about a towering entertainment figure as large as a Michael Jackson was. I mean, you got to remember, man, I'm Gen X. I was right in the middle of this when I was a kid, and we had his songs from album to album, and every single song was played on every radio station, and there was no escaping the aura of Michael Jackson. I mean, I go back, I remember my Sony Walkman cassette player, and we would record songs off the radio like Thriller, and then you would crank them on your Sony Walkman cassette. I mean, that is the power of MJ, and this film does bottle that. So do not fear. You will not be shortchanged when it comes to that. The concert stuff, oh my God, man, I'm telling you. When you get to the numbers I said before, you got to Beat It, you've got Human Nature late, you got Bad, you've got I Want to Be Starting Something, you've got really a lot of tremendous songs, obviously the biggest of the big. I think, listen, if you talk about one thing that I would probably change with this film, I would add maybe a song or two, like Off the Wall. You know, just a few things here and there. Now, listen, the film stops in 1988, so there's more to come. And obviously, that's going to address the stuff that a lot of the critics wanted to see in this film. But listen, man, I just really love the spirit of this film. I love the heart of this film and the light feel. And, you know, not light like, you know, like easy going, yes, but it's more, remember, we talk about this, like the soul of a film. We talk about how often a film has like kind of a dark soul or a light soul. This film, without question, no hesitation, light. And that counts for a lot here at MMT, because I say this all the time. I'm a force of light, man. This is, I know some of you are like, wow, no, this guy, no, trust me. There's no question that at the end of the day, we are doing the right thing. We are trying to always do that, and we are forces of light. This film very much feels like it's part of that whole agenda, and I love that. I also think that Coleman Domingo is really strong here as the Jackson head, and, you know, obviously the whole relationship, the abusive one that is here. You know, you have Bubbles the chimp you have virtually everything that you'd want out of a Michael Jackson film. And let me tell you that one of the moments that I will not forget anytime soon is once we get to Beat It. Okay, and you've got the rival gangs meeting, and you've got that whole scene. Then we go Thriller, that whole kind of right there, a lot of that right kind of about center cut of the film. I turned around because I heard the dude behind me was like having the best time of his life. This big dude was out of his seat, and he was like having a religious experience. The dude was, I've never seen someone so exuberant. And that is amazing, man. This is the power of cinema. I mean, I might as well have gone to a concert tonight. That's what this feels like. And again, I cannot stress enough that this will be a film that will end the career of any number of critics, because after this, they and everything they ever say going forward is completely and utterly worthless. It is not even a penny stock. It is useless to even mention their names. That is how sad the state of affair in critics right now is. It's deplorable. It really is. And I really want to make you understand what's going on here. Again, as I said off the top, and I bring it in here, you need to understand the majority of people in this space are miserable fucks. Okay? I'm sorry, I got to be as direct as I got to be tonight. And if you're a miserable fuck, you're going to hate this film because you're miserable in your own little life. But the rest of us who are going to celebrate life, we're going to celebrate the great things that Michael Jackson brought to us. You are going to come out of this film and you're going to tell everybody you know to go see Michael, and we are here for it. And this is a 93%. And the only things that I would change about this film, a couple of things I'd tighten. I would add a song, like I said. But overall, man, listen, this is what you want out of a Michael Jackson film. There's no higher praise, and you need to run out and see this film. And you'll be with me. I know you will. I know there's already people that have seen this film tonight, and you are coming in and you're telling me this is a great film. My audience loved it. Of course they did, because anyone who has any kind of semblance with normalcy will love this film. No question about it. Let's get to as many comments as possible. Again, our comment tonight, our question is, are you going to see this film in theaters? Okay, that you need to tell me now as I bring it up right now. And you can see it looks like the majority of you are going to see it. And listen, here's the truth. You need to. And I want to see this film open to like 75 million or higher. I really do. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this is one of these nights that this is what I do. This is what I want to do, right? Listen, I'm not an influencer, but nights like this, I wouldn't mind being one. Because if I can influence you to go see this film, if I can make you want to get out and to see this Michael that is absolute crowd pleasing of towering order, you need to do that. And that's what we want to do. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Let's not bring up Honora tonight. That's a whole nother stream when I was really pissed off. You can see the difference, right? It's amazing, right? The ability to kind of tap into that, the experience, and to try to, it's why I like to do these immediately when I come out, because you really have that raw energy from the film that's transferred from the screen to me, and then I try to deliver it to you immediately live. You know, whether it's perfect or not, it still is authentic and organic and as raw as it can be, because literally walked out, no joke, 15, 20 minutes ago. So let's get to as many comments as possible here on this Wednesday night, a rare Wednesday night here at MMT. And a lot of you, thanks, Steve, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Awesome stuff. And honestly, listen, Soups was right. Suffolk. You know what's funny is we drag Soups a little bit, but Soups was right. You know, listen, I'm not, we're not saying Soups can't ever be right. Okay. Clearly. But the problem is that we can't trust Soups, right? You can trust me. You know that there's no money being exchanged here between Lionsgate, Universal, me. None of that's happening. I'm only going to say what I believe, okay? What is my truth. So you know that you never have to question what my absolute motive is. My motive is to say the film's good or bad. and to definitely drill down on that and tell you why, and then should you see it or not. That's it. I have no skin in the game when it comes to getting paid by a studio. That's the problem with the Soups. He's getting paid. That's untrustworthy. That's shilldom. I'm not a shill. I'm going to be hollering once I start hearing the Thriller joints. Luis, you're going to really, I can't believe you didn't see it tonight. What happened? Why weren't you there? I mean, the IMAX, again, slammed. It was in Prime. It was in ScreenX. It was in Dolby. It was in all the PLFs tonight as it opens up tomorrow. I'm thinking 75 million on this, and I might do a stream tomorrow when we talk about box office, but I'll just say it right now. If you had to pin down a number for me tonight, I'm going to put it about 75, and I might even take it higher because I believe that you're going to have a big urban audience coming in here tonight. I saw a lot of folks I normally don't see at AMC Burbank, and that is good for business because obviously the black community, huge fans of Michael Jackson. And if that community comes out to support this film, as I anticipate, that's where you're going to end up popping a number that hits 75 or higher. You talk about the biggest ever music biopic, and you're looking at Compton and you're looking at Bohemian Rhapsody. So those two, and Compton's the biggest, and then Bohemian's right underneath that. If this film gets above 60 some odd million, it's going to be the new number one biopic, and that's obviously a very important thing to see, and great news for theaters. That's the thing about this film too, is it makes us excited because it brings people to theaters, and I think they're going to love the experience. That's the whole thing, right, Bruce? I really appreciate that. Ultimately, again, when I do these shows, I was just talking to Menzel right before I came on because he was right next to me tonight. And I can't get him on because he's in the car. He's on the way, but I would love to. But he had the exact same reaction. He leaned over to me about 30 minutes in. And I was thinking the same thing. The critics are dead wrong. I mean, listen, I go where the story goes. And the story is this film is a great, great experience. And, again, that's what you're looking for. I'd love to have more highs like this when I go to the movies versus so often when I watch something and I'm miserable. Steve, thank you. Super sticker. Really appreciate it, Steve. I know you said you didn't know if you could make it tonight, but clearly you have with lots of super stickers and a lot of, comments here tonight. I'll take as many as possible. If you saw the film, let me know. But I'm telling you right now, the majority of people who saw this are definitely experiencing what I experienced here tonight, which is the crowd absolutely went wild. I mean, there's no one they're lying to you if they tell you they didn't. And this is the difference, right? When you talk about a critic's screening versus a regular audience screening, the difference night and day. When you look at the reaction from the crowd tonight, you've got just something you just don't experience very often. The love, right? The audience is in the palm of your hand, this whole thing, right? And the kid, Jafar, just so good. He's so great. So listen, am I saying this is a perfect film? No. Am I saying that it delivers what you want out of a Michael Jackson film with the heart, the energy, and just the pure exuberance of the songs that you really feel? You feel, right? You're in it. And there's moments when you just lose yourself in this film. And that's rare, man. I didn't even know I was in a movie. I was like, I might feel like I'm in the concert. When he gets to Dodger Stadium on the Victory Tour, you're like, I'm in the actual Dodger Stadium down the street. You know what? We'll watch Clayface coming up on Sunday. I want to say something. So I'll say something Sunday. We got to say some stuff. This is only about Michael tonight. Because honestly, listen, at the end of the day, John, and I say this a lot on the stream, but I mean this. This stream's about getting you guys to go see movies or not see movies. That's it. If that's all I'm trying to do. So if we are discussing, whether you should or should not do something, that's all I want to focus on, especially on a film this big. And so we'll do the other stuff, I think, on Sunday. I might even take tomorrow off because tonight's kind of like a Thursday, right? I saw it tonight. It opens tomorrow, but tonight was the early access screenings. And, I've already told you, I think 75 million is really the number you're looking at. I'm hoping to get an Avengers Endgame or Avengers Doomsday trailer here soon. I don't know if they're going to hold that until Mandalorian or not. We'll find out. But I'll tell you what, the thing is Vault of the Future right here, right? I mean, it is, and I'm glad that you had the same experience. They're so, and that's the thing is the whole Michael innocent guilty thing. They don't know. I don't know if any of us really know. We've heard stories. We don't know. Listen, he's obviously passed now. We don't know at the end of the day. And I think the problem is, again, with a lot of critics here, is that they are already made their mind up before they walk in the theater. Where I think there's nobody who does a better job than me of being as completely neutral. And I always talk about starting at zero whenever a film opens and then going from there. I don't walk in. I can walk in thinking this film's going to be garbage. How many times it's happened a lot where I watch a film and I'm like, yeah, oh my God, I was so wrong. But a lot of times I'm right. Mummy, horrible, okay? And I had a feeling it would go south, and it really did. But, tonight, I was like, okay, let's see what Fuqua was able to do. And you talk about Antoine Fuqua, and you talk about like an Equalizer 3. Was that the last one he just did? Talk about forgettable. I mean, you go back to Training Day. It's pretty much what put him really on the map. And then you talk about some of the stuff he's made. I mean, up and down. But, when you make a film like a Michael, you need a director who just knows how to make a film that feels big, looks good, sounds great, and then you get some performances between Coleman Domingo and Jafar Jackson that there you go, right? There's your heart of your movie. And the direction is, I think, certainly good enough, right? And again, I think the film feels big. It looks big, it feels big, and I think all of that really works in that experience that you just come out and you just go, wow, that was something else. I mean, look, I'm going to post in a few minutes. I haven't posted yet. I've got it on my phone. I'm going to post on X. I'm going to post them dancing. The girls are dancing in the back of the theater at the end, during the credits. No one wanted to leave. Like, let's just a party. That's the best way to put it. This is like a party. A straight up, you need to see this with a crowd. Like I said in that reaction tweet, you really do, because this will make a difference, and also I really think you need to see an IMAX and or a big PLF screen with loud sound. I mean, this is not a film that you want to see small. You're seeing it in IMAX. Okay, Speed Racer was tonight. Yeah, I heard that's back out. I might go check that. I think it's here for a few days. But yeah, listen, you watch the Beat It video, you're going to love this. You're going to love the movie when it gets to that. I mean, the dancing, this kid's, man, I'm telling you, man, it's like he's channeling Michael Jackson. He's like possessed. It's wild. It really is. It's wild. So yeah, it's something else. It's something else here tonight. All right, a few more and then we're going to roll. It's going to be a shorter stream than normal tonight because I just want to get to, you got to see this film. You really do. I'm so stoked. I'm so energetic with this thing. I'm excited to see it on Sunday. You should be geeky. PJ Gamer, thanks for joining tonight. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have the same reaction. You will. Let's just quickly, just for the shits and giggles, let's go read the no fun critics, the ones who said, what was our boy Robert Daniels? What did he say? It's the worst movie ever made. This is a horrible piece of shit. These people. Dude, I'm telling you, man, you don't understand. Do you understand that these people, you know what the ultimate test? The ultimate test of a critic is this. Okay, let me just ask you this. If you wanted to have a beer with someone like Robert Daniels, dude, I'd be like, I'm not going anywhere near that. That'd be the worst fucking beer I ever had. You'd be like, oh my God, this guy, fucking A. Right? Me asking anyone who's had a Miller Lite with me, they're going to say, this dude's just like he is on the stream, unless he hates the movie. That is different. But these people aren't fun. They have they don't even really, they have no really like spark, right? They're just joyless people. Let's just be honest with each other. They are. And if you're a joyless, kind of miserable, I almost said soulless, but I mean, essentially, they're just not, and they're not cool either, right? It's a really, like, talk about toxic and like sewage kind of combination, right? They're no fun, and then they also have pretentious shit going on, and you're just like, you have no relatability to anyone that's remotely normal. And they're not cool. They're like, these are the people that literally, like, the biggest dweebs that you can ever remember from back in your school days. These are the critics. I mean, it's not a joke. I'll call them to their face. These people are so fucking uncool and so, like, out of it when it comes to any relatability. That they just need to go to the little island of misfit toys of film Twitter, dweeb critics, which is the majority of these people, and they just need to just disappear. They're useless. They are quite literally useless. And you need to start telling them they're useless. Do that more often. Go into their mentions and say, you know what? Stop talking. Stop. There's no reason for you to even have any kind of comment about anything, because what you have to say is completely unrelatable to anybody who has any semblance of normalcy going on, who has any spark of life, that, you know, has a positive outlook instead of this draining bullshit. And Weber does that. Well, yeah, when I hate a movie, but I don't want to hate a movie. These people wanted to hate this movie. You know that. Don't act like you guys didn't know that they wanted to hate this movie. And at the end of the day, you know, you've got to say to yourself, these are the people you don't want to hang out with these people. So why would you want to read anything they have to say? Seriously. It's a dud. Lisa Lahman, The Spool. It's a dud. Peter Howell, 2 out of 4. That's not as... So who had it was awful. Oh my God. Let's give a little love here to Amy Nicholson, who somehow gave it a fresh. Typically, Amy, talk about, she's one of the pretentious ones. She's really not someone that you want to trust, but she got it right. You know, listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. Look, you got all these other 1 out of 4. Johnny Oleski from New York Post, Alyssa Wilkinson are good. Talk about someone who's miserable. Alyssa Wilkinson, the same one. Is she the one who went off on the FYC boxes saying, I think she's the one, or was it the other one, Alison Wilmore? I get them confused. They're basically the same person. They were like, there's no female critics that ever get quoted. And I looked on the box and there's like 5 female critics quoted. I'm like, stop being a victim. Shut up. These people. This Michael is flat. Alyssa Wilkinson. Oh my God. Alyssa Wilkinson. There she is, everybody. The miserable soul that is. You know the beauty of this? Because I have no ties to any of these people, I can drag them for the entire next hour if I wanted to. They're so easy to drag. Again, if we were to collect a group of misfits and to put together a team that is almost like Suicide Squad, only like even more outcast, okay? The Suicide Squad of film critics, that would be a lot of these people that we're going to drag here tonight. Dom Fisher of Geek Vibes Nation gives it 7.5. Not high enough, but hey, anyone with a fresh, you're in the right tonight. You're 100% in the right. Hold on, let's see if we can find someone who really got it wrong. Like Brent Hankins, 4 out of 10. Tori Brazier, 2 out of 5, 2 out of 5. 4. How about this guy, Tom Fairley of Australia Filming, 4.5 out of 20. What? What are we doing? What kind of review is this? Out of 20? What's going on? Oh my God. Did anyone say it's really great? This guy, 3.5 out of 5. David Poland, who usually misses, he somehow got it right. Rachel Wagner, who watches the channel, she has Rachel's Reviews YouTube. She liked it. Very entertaining, charismatic lead performance. Good job, Rachel. You know what? I got to say, Rachel, shout out to you if you're watching this right now. You and I are usually on the same page. It's very often that we are. It's rare that we aren't. So it's interesting how that works because you're good. I'm just going to call, I think I've said that before, but Rachel are good. And most people I don't say that about. It's very few. Right, that we have recommended critics here. Very, very few. Rachel's one. There's not a lot. 8 out of 10. Good job, Jonathan Sim of Coming Soon. 9.25 out of 10. Brandon Avery, Just My Opinion Reviews. Excellent job by you, sir. Jafar Jackson nailed it as Michael. Look, this is what we're talking about. Brandon Avery, you get a gold star tonight, everybody. Everybody round of applause for Brandon. Good job, Brandon. This is what I'm talking about. He gets it. These other people don't get it. Okay, that's like they just aren't with it. They're never going to understand how this works because again, they're the chin stroking, miserable, outcast people. I mean, listen, if you're a chin stroking, outcast, miserable person, you're not going to like this. And you know what? Again, that's for you and your little circle jerk of dorks. Go over there. We just scoot aside because this is why you're over here and you're marginalized because no one wants to listen to you because you're useless. You're literally stop talking. Can you guys just do that for me? Any critic who said this is awful, start with a Robert Daniels. Go in and just say, stop talking. All of you, please, that's all I ask tonight. Just go into their tweet mention and say, stop talking. Stop. Just stop. You guys are just awful. That's just, can we start that? Just everyone do that. Oh, Bob Chipman. Look at this guy. He thinks he's a mafia don. 3 out of 10. This guy, I think he's in Boston. Tough guy. I'm Bob Chipman from Movie Bob Central. I live in a gutter. Joanna Langfield, she says rotten. All right, anybody? These people are just so clueless, man. I'm telling you, it's just amazing to me. Mendelsohn misses again. I like Scott, but Mendelsohn, how often do you miss, buddy? It's like literally. Dan Murrell, 6 out of 10. It's not high enough. Brian Eggert, 1 out of 4. Let's look. See, this is when you're like, look at Brian. Can you guys see Brian? When you look like Brian, this is why you're unhappy all the time. Oh, Weber's being mean again. It's my stream. I'll do what I want, and you can't stop me because they're not going to boot me from Rotten Tomatoes because they won't let me come back because the studios don't like how Weber plays. Tonight they do, but next time when I harass a film and drag it to no end, Weber's the worst. Too bad. There's nobody who has a better track record than me. Not one person. It's really not Brian Eggert. Good God. Let's see who else we got. Katie Walsh. She missed again. She only gets it right once in a while. It's like, right, again, the broken clock. I mean, that's the I'm not dudes. I'm in the 900 batting average. I want you guys to know that. There's nobody in this entire space who has a better batting average than me. No one. You guys know it. Don't even bother. Don't even bother tonight. Omega, listen, I'm kind of like Ebert and Siskel in one, isn't right? It's kind of like if they were to do a new At the Movies, I'd just be me. I would do both parts and I would argue with myself. But at the end of the day, there is nobody who's even close because they all have agendas. That's the thing, right? When you watch, literally, I think early on there was a comment here. Someone goes, oh, God, like they figured I was going to come on here and trash it. That's the beauty. You don't know. You literally don't know what I'm going to do next time around. It's like that Collateral scene, right? Tom Cruise is talking to Jamie Foxx. He's like, you don't know where you're going to be in 10 minutes. Why aren't you embracing that? That's what you get out of MMT. You don't know what we're going to do in 60 seconds because that's how we roll. I don't have some big, wild, mapped out thing here. Clearly, you guys can see now at 31 minutes, I'm just going through Rotten Tomatoes because I've said everything I need to say about the movie. Speaking of Michael, since these two had a rivalry in the 80s, we should get Prince biopic. There's a line about Prince that's really good in this film, Wild Man. It's funny. The audience loved it. I'm telling you, man, so many things just really landed. You can just feel it. Mike Myers pops up. It's that. I think it's a little long, that scene, but here's the thing. The audience loved it. Again, like when I sit back and I'm just kind of taking in what I think, and then I'm also kind of watching how the audience reacts. Now, that said, there's been times where I'm like, what's going on? These people are laughing at stuff that's not funny. Michael is a commercial home run. It just is. And that's what audiences want. They are going to give this thing an A cinema score, if not an A+, okay? It's going to be way up there. The word of mouth is not just going to be normal word of mouth. It's going to be word of mouth that's going to push people to go. It's not going to be like you should. You have to. You hear me tonight? It's not like you should. You have to go see Michael. You got to see it on a big screen. You got to see it with a crowd. You got to see it with the speakers just cranked. This is not like, oh, you should maybe. That's how most people are going to come out of this. Just trust me. They're going to come out of it and say, holy shit. Like you just saw earlier from Volt. Volt's like, oh my God, it's fucking amazing. Exactly. Because when it hits at those stratospheric levels that we talk about. Doesn't happen often, right? When you're in the middle of a movie and all of a sudden you're like, I am transported to the heavens. And that's exactly what happens here when you get to a Beat It, you get to the Thriller, when you get to the end of the film with Bad, and I think that there's enough of the songs. You talk about a Rocket Man that played almost all of Elton John's songs. The problem was, as soon as you got into it, you got blue balls because it was like we stopped. Wait, why'd you stop? I've got blue balls now. You didn't think you were going there. You didn't think we were going to do that. I told you 60 seconds later you didn't know where I was going to be, and here we are. That's the thing, right? Rocket Man tried to do too many songs, and then you end up cheating the audience because as soon as they get ready to, then you stop, and then you end up with the blue balls. Weber's, that's it. We can't do this. This is, the kids can't watch this shit. I already said fuck a billion times early, so I don't know what we're talking about. I've already been deemed nasty by most critics. Too bad. I don't care. You guys are useless, worthless, and completely just stop talking. Okay, stop fucking talking. Not me, because I can talk forever. These critics need to stop. They're just completely not hip, not with it, not happy. They're miserable wretches of human beings. And, frankly, I don't want to be around people like that. That's why I don't like film Twitter. They're generally self-loathing people. I'm not. Okay? When I hate a movie, it sure seems like it. No, I hate the movie. I hate myself. These critics are just, they look in the mirror and they hate themselves. We don't want to hang out with these people, okay? By the way, there's times like now where I'm kind of like punch drunk after doing the stream. I kind of feel like this is a version of Trump. And I'm not saying I'm trying to do that, but I feel like I could do a whole Trump thing, like a version of what he does. If you just give me a mic, I would just start talking about all kinds of shit and they'd be like, oh my God, this guy doesn't know when to shut up. Too bad. I'll talk as long as I want because it's my stream. Those other people don't need to talk because they can't even do this. They can barely string together sentences. They have to go back and edit and all this shit. They can't do this live. I would destroy them. If they ever tried to do this, they wouldn't even be able to hang for 5 seconds. You know that. That's why they don't even bother. Because if they did, I'm doing it live too. I'm not doing edit. Look at me on TikTok. Edit. This is fucking live. It's 10 o'clock here in Los Angeles. 10:02 to be precise. Because that's what we do here. I don't need to have a teleprompter. I don't need to have an editor. And I certainly enjoy life more than the majority of these shitbag critics. Yes, I called them shitbags. Too bad. Someone came in the other day and said, they're your colleagues. These aren't my fucking colleagues. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit about these critics. Why do I care about any of these critics? Why do I care about one of them? I don't care about any of them. I like Scott. Scott's nice. Menzel's a good friend. But the majority of them, I don't care. Why do I care about any of these people? The majority of them are useless. Dudes, how many critics do we have recommended? 5? So that means 99.8% of critics are completely worthless, and I have no interest in engaging with whatsoever, except to drag them and say that they're completely clueless, miserable people. Because they are. They are. They are. They generally are not cool. I'll run laps around them every day, not just in the gym, but doing this too. And they know it. That's why I get away with it. And I'll keep doing it because they continually find ways to make themselves more and more obsolete by the day. I mean, imagine like saying The Bride is a great film and then Michael's bad. This is what happened. There's people. I'm not going to do it tonight. We'll do it on Sunday. I'll find a bunch of people who had that right. They had that backwards. The Bride is an abomination that should never have been released. And then you get Michael, a total crowd pleaser. Everyone loves, oh my God, what a film. And then they go, no, I'm sorry, The Bride. And then no, throw Michael in the trash. What? These are the people. Can you trust these people? Why would you listen to them say anything about anything? Like ever. Right? I mean, seriously. Tocha, why would you? The Bride? And then what? Did you see The Bride? Did anyone out there see it? Are you fucking kidding me? This fucking piece of shit? This got released? And yet, of course, the female-driven critic, all the feminists, all that shit. Well, this is a great film because it's directed by a woman. Fucking A. What are we doing? That's seriously, what did you just say that? We talk about it all the time. If you ever hear someone say something like that, this is a great film because it's directed by a woman, that's when you say stop talking. Yeah, we just start interjecting all the time with stop. Just stop. Just don't. You're ruining everything. Literally, just you're better when you didn't open your mouth, right? And that's the thing. These people, they have agendas, right? They came in like, well, it doesn't touch on Michael's this and that, but the rest of it's unbelievable. Well, because it doesn't. Same people that were like Greatest Showman, right? It doesn't have all of P.T. Barnum's like warts, so it's awful. What did people do? They loved Greatest Showman. Dude, that album sold how many copies? It was one of the rare, we talked about it back on Sunday night, Monoculture. That's a film that blew through to monoculture. And that was past 2014, right? Greatest Showman was like 17, 18. But you look at that film, And it was a runaway success because audiences adored it. They didn't care that it didn't have all the warts. It was P.T. Barnum, right? Or was it Bailey? It was Barnum, wasn't it? But, right, that's the thing. The critics were like, well, it didn't touch on the animal cruelty. And people were like, oh, fuck. These are these people, right? Typically in New York. The majority are in New York, okay? And they are completely out of touch with anyone. It's a circle jerk, right? They all write for themselves, for the group. Like, look, I'm being cool. What about me? I'm being cool. But it's not even like a cool group. It's like, why do you want to be part of that group? This group's like the biggest bunch of fucking dorks ever. Why would you want to be part of this group? This is like the most uncool. Like, if imagine a table of critics in New York, you walk in and go, whoa, Jesus Christ, I'm going to go to another bar. Who the fuck? Where did this group come from? This is not a cool bar. This is like the worst bar in New York. I'm out of here. That's what you'd see as soon as you walk in. You'd be like, this is literally like, right? We talk about this all the time. When I walk into a critic screening, whenever I have in the past, it's certainly any time of note, you walk in and you're like, oh, good God, where do these people come out from? Do they come out from underneath couches? Do they come out from cracks in the crevice? Are they coming out from, are they chud? Human cannibal, humanoid underground dwellers? Are they chuds? Where do these people come from? Like, it's wild, dude. You guys don't even know. You have no idea how uncool the average critic is. Like, you get around them and you be like, oh, God, what is this shit? Who are these people? These people are not who I want to hang out with. You don't want to hang out with these people. Ever. And of course, they say Michael's awful. I thank you. No, it's good, Steve. It's all good. I'm glad you guys like it. A couple more minutes, we're out of here. I'm not interested in watching The Bride, the trailer. You should not. It's not just about DK. It's not just about not being interested. It's about not fucking watching it. You don't understand. You just trust me. People who've seen it, help me. Trust me. Do not watch this. So I can't decide I can't decide which part of the stream I like more tonight. Do I like me loving Michael or me dragging the film Twitter dweebs? It's always a tough, right? It's like, which one? I think I'm gonna go with Michael, but it's always fun. I always take the opportunity to drag all of them who are again becoming more and more worthless by the day, which is you really can't believe that it's possible for critics to like lose value quicker than the Oscars. I mean, put critics and Oscars together and they just sunk to the bottom of the fucking nadir of the ocean. You're talking about just what happened? Because they just don't have anything in common with you. And that's what we try to do. And I think tonight we nailed it. And we usually do. I mean, that's just what we do. Walking into critic screening, hey, Johnny, did I say that one time? I think I said this is why there's hookers, which is very similar. But seriously, Johnny, that's very fair. When you walk into a critic screening, you look around and you go, well, this is why there's OnlyFans. I totally understand now. Because you don't understand until you walk in. Well, this is exactly why. This guy's probably paying $100 here. This guy's $250. I mean, they're not getting paid to be on OnlyFans. Oh, no. Let's make sure that's clear. The critics are definitely not on OnlyFans. No. They're on OnlyFans paying simp shit, right, to the people. That's what's going on here. That's the average critic. I mean, it's the reason, Johnny, why did you do this? I was perfectly fine stopping, and now you made me go down a whole nother fucking path that I'm going to have to go down because it's funny as shit. But it's true. It's like there's the OnlyFans crowd. This is why, who was the porn star who made a ton of money? Obviously, we love our Adriana Chechik's of the world, but who was the one who made a ton off of OnlyFans? Like, I'm talking like $10 million. Help me out, guys, in the comments. But whoever, this is who part of the $10 million. The critics. Out of Bohemian Rhapsody, Elvis, Rocket Man, and Michael, which one? Oh, yeah, that's a great question, DK. Okay, for overall film, I'm gonna put Elvis number one. Forget Tom Hanks. Let's just leave him out of this. That was definitely the worst part of that film. But I love Baz Luhrmann's direction, okay? I would put that there. As far as the highest moments, for me, as an MJ fan growing up, I'm going to put... I'm going to have Michael number two. And I did love Rocket Man, but because I got blue balls so often from the songs, just when you're about ready to go, Rocket Man, what happened? What happened to the song? It just dissolves because of Dexter's inability to let us stay hard. That's what we're doing. It's what I'm going to do. It's my channel. I'll run it how I want. Because of that, we have to put Rocket Man number 3. And I put Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't think it's a bad film at all. The problem with Bohemian Rhapsody for me is I didn't see it in a theater. I saw it on a screening link. So I didn't experience it how it should have been experienced. But I love Queen. You talk about One Vision, one of my favorite songs to ever work out to, right? From Iron Eagle. Oh, I think I played it before. If not, maybe I'll play it on Sunday. I'll play it again. I don't care. One Vision. But, you talk about that. I think Michael, because of the moments in Michael, I think, okay, I'll be straight up with you here. If you're to ask me which is the weakest of the films overall as an overall film, it probably is Michael. But here's the thing. Because of the moments that are so just fucking orgasmic, because of that, I just said OnlyFans. Why didn't this is not working? I'm sorry. All of this is just really needs to be thrown away. I'll probably delete this. No, I'm not. Definitely not going to delete this stream. Fuck that. Here's the thing: is you got the moments that are just like Beat It and Thriller and you're just like and it just sounds great. And you got Human Nature for an extended cut late, and you've got Bad, and you just got the kid just like inhabiting Michael Jackson. You're just like, oh my God, I am literally, yeah. So that's why, right? So it's wild, right? So even though it might be the weakest of the films, even though I don't think it's a weak film, obviously you guys know I'm clearly like all up in it tonight. But the reality is that the moments that are great are so high that it shoves it up. Right? It's, you could have, we talk about this all the time with films. You could have a film that's like, and then all of a sudden get like moments of like pure orgasm, right? Just unbelievable orgasmic, just beauty. And you're just like, what? Okay. So once we hit that level, that stratospheric level, then you're like, it doesn't, when you bounce down because you're so high, you're still up there. And I think that's what Michael does. When Michael gets his scalp burned from the Pepsi commercial, you start to go down. But then all of a sudden you go, oh, we're doing Human Nature. And then we're doing Bad. And you're like, I'm sorry, I forgot all about the scalp part. That's the thing, right? Because when you're up here and you go down, you're up here. When you watch a film that's already down here and it goes down, you're like, oh shit, I'm already on the ground. We're barely off the ground. This plane's like not even going to be airborne. Once we're up here, we go down and we go back up. That's Michael, right? You just kind of, and then when you go up, you're like, oh shit, we're still going up. And that's where we're at tonight. How about that? I think that might be the best I've ever done. No offense, I'm a bit jealous of Grace Randolph because I'm pretty sure what? Why do you, listen, we're not, did she say it was good? Yeah, make a swipe real quick on that. Jackson 5. Jackson 5 songs are great. The kid's amazing. The little kid, right? You talk about the little kid. You talk about the old Michael. In fact, let me see if I can find a scene real quick because I got a bunch of you on here, and I want you to see this film. So let me see if I can find a scene just to give you a taste of, because listen, you guys, like I told you before, listen, here's the reality, is that when I do this stream, okay, whenever I show you something, the entire thing's demonetized. When I play a song, when I play anything copyrighted, I don't care. The point of what I do is to get you to go to the movies. I do the stream because it's easy for me. I just came out of the movies. I'm doing it live. I don't do any editing. When this is over, I'm going to bed. I'm not sitting around cutting this thing out. It's done. It's over. I'm moving on to the next one. I think if you listen, just quick piece of advice, and then we're going to watch a quick scene because I found one, is that in life, you need to be able to do your thing and shut it off like a fucking valve. It's over and you move on. And I think I do that really well. You've got to be able to do that. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can find there's a bunch of scenes here. So let me hit the one I want to find here. Give me 1 second. Let me hit this. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. I want this one. You guys are going to see it right now. Okay, all clips and trailers. I don't watch all of them. I want to find the one that I think is really good. We're not going to watch the whole trailer. I want to watch a scene. Give me a second. I got to find it. There's Thriller. Is that? No, that's not it. That's the big screen. Hold on. There's a scene up here. Let me see. I think it's Billie Jean. Let's watch just a second so you have an idea of how good this kid is. Here it is.
Check this out. I'm going to show you
Quick
how
ad,
I afforded this car.
Then we're going to watch it.
Okay,
Here it comes.
Right,
Weber's losing his whole
$118.
stream monetization. Here it is. Can't even make it louder. And you gotta trust me on this. So right, it looks good here on streaming and all that, but here's the deal. In the theater, it's like, and you're just like, hell yeah, right? Look, dude, look how good he is. He is is the best actor. You got to play a guy that is one of the most famous people in history, and you nail it like this dude did. Jafar, you are one of our best actor contenders. If not, you won in the 5. You were in. If this kid isn't in, we're done. I mean, we're already done. So this is a little bit of, yeah. And what's his name's nice from Top Gun Maverick. So there you go. There's a taste of the film. Loved it. Really good. All right, let's do the comment blast close out here on this Wednesday night, and then we're out of here. This is when I hit as many comments as possible, and I will play. Because here's the deal. Because I already blew out all the stuff I played here. Let's just listen to beat it again as I do this. All right, here we go. As many comments as possible. See, this is what makes MMT the gold standard. Because, first of all, where do you get the graphics you get? Where do you get the Columbus Crew kit that I have on tonight? The yellow watch, okay? Where you don't get this anywhere else. And you also don't get people playing songs and clips and stuff because their stream gets demonetized and they're all about, did I make any money? Who fucking cares? We're making art here on MMT. That's what matters. Let's get to as many comments as possible. Stay hard. I know, listen. We've got to be cinematically erect, right? Alexis, Texas, thank you. That's a great callback. Thumbs up to you, Jason, because listen, Alexis, Texas was like super hot. I mean, Stormy Daniels, did you see her recently? Stormy Daniels was like, shit, like, damn, man, Trump banged that. Ooh, damn, that's ugly shit. Dieter, I just got to your, sorry. Did you notice anything concerning the production issue delay? You're definitely going to get another one. No question about it. We're definitely getting another one. Because it ends, it's like there's more to come. And they're going to make a fortune. This movie's going to make a killing. Audience are going to love this movie. So did I notice production issues? I think what you notice is, great question, Dieter. I'll answer this because we're late. I can kind of get into spoiler. I think you're going to notice when we get to the Pepsi Hair on Fire, that's stretched. And I think the reason it's stretched is because they had plans to put some more in there, and then they had to kind of figure out, like, Audible, we got to figure this out. So they kind of stretched that. That drags. I would condense that. Even though, you know, it's an important thing. He's hooked on painkillers, all that shit. It's just, let's squeeze, compress. But listen, I didn't say this. I'm going to say this right now. Thank you, Dieter, for reminding me. When this film's over, I was like, it's over? What? Huge compliment. That rarely happens. Where a film ends and it's like, that's the end? I love that. Because usually it's like, when's it going to go over? Right? I mean, the only other film I can think of that you guys hopefully have seen is Good Time. Good Time's amazing like that. All of a sudden, Pattinson's in the back of the thing and you got the credits. Like, what? Love. So, listen, I think you're ready for more. So, give Fuqua credit for, like, cutting it and leaving the audience, like, not, like, get me the fuck out of here. They want to stay and, like, dance. And I'll do? I'll post it on a short on YouTube. My audience dancing, because Weber took a video of the credits and they were playing a song and then the crowd's dancing. You can't do that. You can't take a video. I'll take a fucking video during the end credits, the crowd dancing, because Lionsgate will like that. Not because that's why I do it, but I'll do it because they won't care. Because you won't tell me what to do. You understand that, Film Twitter? I own your bitch asses. Don't ever forget that. Every fucking day, I own your bitch asses. It's not even a game. I had to get that in. Yeah, that's another music biopic. It's a good one. There's so many, you know. I think what I also like about this film is that it's linear, right? It's very straightforward. It's very much paint by the numbers in a way, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I think we get so caught up in, like, let's do some weird shit. In some ways, I don't mind just a straightforward, just a film that the average person can access, and that's exactly what you get here tonight. A couple more comments and we're out of here on this comment blast closeout. I think I got to listen. She loved it. No, that's great. That's great. Let's check in on Grace Randolph before we leave here. Give me a second. Did she see it tonight too? She didn't get to see it early. I'm really surprised she didn't. I think she probably has this block though, is my guess. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can find her. because I've said some nasty things about her. We're kind of up and down. She's the schizo critic to us, right? Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see what she's saying. Let me hit this. Here, share this tab. Let's see what she said. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's give her some credit. Let's give Grace Randolph some credit here tonight, everybody. It's going to come in here one more time with Michael Jackson. Actually, okay. I'm going to kill it. Okay. Oh my God, they did it. They actually recreated the magic that is Michael Jackson Incredible review tomorrow. First of all, I don't need to wait, Grace Randolph. I came out tonight live. That's how we do it. We do it live. And yes, she's right. Grace Randolph got one right. Give her credit, everybody. I'm going to head over to YouTube Shorts and post that crowd dancing. It's fun, man. The girls in the back were just having a full-on party. And that's why you go to the movies, man, to see a movie like this and get everyone super pumped, and the guy dancing behind me down the aisles. I mean, he was like, again, having a religious experience when you hit Beat It and Thriller and all that. I mean, guys, go see the movie. It's super awesome. I had a great time tonight. Awesome seeing Menzel tonight. Thanks for being here live from LA. As always, a pleasure. I doubt we'll be back tomorrow night. Maybe. It depends on how ambitious I feel. Probably not. And then we'll be back on Sunday night. And we'll have a lot of trailers to watch. We'll have the box office report here from this thing and all kinds of good stuff. So I appreciate you being here, spending your time on MMT. Is always a pleasure, especially on nights like this. High recommend on Michael. Go out and support it this weekend and show those clueless critics that they are even more worthless than they ever imagined. Let's make them penny stocks soon. Now.